And we are back for some more Adventures in Arcane Space. Once again, I'm your Dungeon Master, AuldDragon, and the players are...
Hi, I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon Miacc, who's a human fighter from an asteroid close to Bral.
Hi everyone, I'm Dakamisama and I play Solas Ebha, who is Half-Elven Cleric Mage of Ogma.
Hi, I'm Levalithana, an elven wild mage.
Hey, I'm James. I play Ockar, human paladin from Bral, and I'm hoping that this goes well, and that we don't get found in contempt of court or something immediately.
Hello, everyone. I'm Salem Moner. I play Finnel'ar Mohani, a druid from Grey Space.
Hey there, Lafdul shifts nervously at Ockar's remark. I'm Zach, and I play Lafdul Moonglade, an elven specialty priest and thief from Realm Space, from Evermeet. Yeah, great place of elves. Terrible if you're non-elf. And his gimmick is coming up with fun titles every week. So his current title is the Lawless Levy Lauded Locksmith. He's a lawless levy because he's part of a thieves guild. He's a lauded locksmith because he's good at opening locks occasionally.
Also, holy shit, Anghammarand.
Indeed, lots more rerolls. Haven't even gotten to that.
I can't even do the maths for that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, who is getting what rerolls on Anghammarand?
I think that's one for everybody. Let him.
Does it that way.
All except for Ald.
Yeah, just don't give
Everyone
them all
gets two
to
except
Ald.
for Ald. That's what he said.
Yeah, I'll back Ockar on this.
I'm reading the text log, dude. Yeah, with the Twitch bonus, that's 2 each.
Well, the Twitch bonus doesn't count.
Huh?
Come on.
Come on.
I'll let it count this once.
Considering that the Twitch bonus is 550 bits
and he
plus
added in an extra
270.
500.
There we go. All right. So yeah, well, part of it is because the Twitch bonus does not show up in my activity feed cleanly and stuff like that. That's part of the problem. It doesn't just lump it all together or anything like that.
Okay.
So everybody but Ald gets 2 rerolls. We can say for fairness, he gets an extra one from the Twitch bonus.
Nah, I got. No, you're right. I
not
don't
so
have enough.
many.
I'm going to take all of them. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so that will bring Braxon to 4, and other viewers, if you want to have some influence, you can give the player or dungeon master of your choice a reroll with 500 bits. So Braxon comes up to 4, Finn to 2, Ockar to 3, Lafdul to 2, Leva to 4, and Solas to 3. And I, the dungeon master, have 12. So thank you, very much there, Anghammarand.
I was gonna say that Braxton is like a squirrel, like stowing away his rerolls for later, and then it becomes a tree. But no, that's Ald.
Yes. Well, I need them for when you get to this place with the holy sword, so the monsters can murder you all.
Well, just don't misplace them and have them grow into a reroll tree.
If Braxton,
if I could get unlimited rerolls that way.
If Braxton was a creature, he wouldn't be a squirrel. He'd be a woodpecker.
I mean, technically, as a DM, you already have unlimited rerolls. We don't have to see your rolls.
I don't reroll though. I just fudge.
I see Okkar's Squire has a token now.
I added that in myself.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll probably need to do some tweaks to it. I haven't actually.
Of course, but I added it in so you wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
I like the Dracophile's suggestion that every jury member gets a reroll.
There will be 12. So where we left off last time, the party had just arrived for their preliminary hearing for the lawsuit against them. They have been seated. Bral has come in and taken a seat at the other table with his counsel. and the magistrate has entered. There's some basic formalities to start with. I believe Leva also you had, or was it Solas? You had the detect spirit spell up.
Yeah, I had a detect
Yeah.
spirits up.
Leva had
you do not
detect scrying.
correct, right? So neither of you have noticed anything yet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the High Magistrate takes a seat and speaks. I am High Magistrate Captain Dilmic Solden on behalf of the High Magistrate Lord Mikhail Donabar. We are here to get the preliminary hearing of this lawsuit underway. It goes through some basic formalities. Each of the lawyers reads out who they are, who they're representing, that kind of thing, their qualifications, and you guys are kind of sitting there, and this is a first for you. Is there anything that you want to do in particular? Anything, or you going to be
Solas
keep it
observes
quiet?
the room curiously.
Okay.
Lafdul's the Jurian, yeah. Are they into here?
No, because you haven't
Yeah.
actually said what you wanted yet as a group.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
I'm going to observe. I mean, it's not really noticeable what I do for like sitting in a courtroom, but like a table looking at each other or something.
Mhm.
I'd be using detect evil intent, which just requires me to look at the guy,
Mhm.
to look at our accuser.
Okay.
Lafdul's listening for any hushed whispers. He's now got a score of 60. See if he can pick up bits and pieces.
Okay.
Maybe try to concentrate.
There really isn't a public in here, since it's a preliminary hearing. It doesn't really interest the public, although the public would be allowed in.
Yeah.
So-
Braxon is going to take note of everyone in the room to figure out if there's anyone in the room that could be a spy for Marusto.
Okay.
And
Oh,
Leva,
yeah.
for one thing, Leva would have asked beforehand, would have asked the lawyer what we should do, how we should pose, how we should be. And once inside, she would look at everyone around and keep looking.
Okay.
And do what the lawyer told us to do.
Okay. He would have recommended just to be respectful and not say anything unless like called upon to do so.
Okay.
Which member of the party is going to speak for the group if that is necessary?
I think either me or Braxton. I was thinking about doing it because I have the highest charisma, so I might get the best reaction.
You can be my guest. You're a paladin, so you'd probably be trusted more.
Yeah.
Okay,
And,
no screaming.
No swearing at the magistrate.
I'm not going to do that in a court of law. I imagine I have the etiquette enough to know that.
Yes.
One would hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Lafdul, you are not hearing anything of note.
Oh, well, yeah, it's just like a long-term thing. I suppose I'd be seeing if I can suss out like certain behaviors that might be akin to like Thieves Guild stuff. I mean, Thieves Camp, whatever. I'm looking for stuff out of the ordinary along that kind of like neighborhood.
Okay.
See if I can pick out,
You're
'cause I know
pretty sure that so there's like 5 people from the public in. There are some people who are just like interested in court proceedings. Maybe some people are want to become a barrister, so they would just want to get a feel for how things are going. Some people are just weird that way and they find this entertaining. You're pretty sure one of them is a member of a Thieves Guild, but you're not sure which one. But you would guess that this is more of a, probably like a low-level thief from one of the thieves guilds, just here to see what's going on because, hey, maybe one of the, either the plaintiff or the defendant is worth robbing at some point, or something like that.
Mm.
I imagine they get a nasty surprise trying to rob us, especially if Lafdul sets the traps.
Yeah, but it's more of a like they don't know
It's
anything.
scouting.
Like Samara would definitely have some people checking some of these out, and there's someone like Samara in every one of the thieves guilds. So it's like your guess is that this would not be someone who knows anything about you or Bral Falderic individually, but it's more of a just keep an eye on things, see what's going on, and see if there's anything that we can exploit, kind of thing.
What race is this person?
They're human.
Are they Shao?
No.
Can't tell.
Knowing our luck, they'll rob Bral Feldork after the trial, and he'll blame that on us too.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Good idea.
I really hope
I mean,
not.
Braxon's probably not as good as Lafdul at picking up stuff like that, but he'd be looking to see who looks like they'd be good in a fight, in case he's wondering whether there might be someone that's going to come down and try and kill us.
No, there's only like 5 people from the public here, and none of them appear to be professional warriors, wizards,
Okay.
spellcasters.
This does seem like the perfect time for us to try to kill us, considering we don't have weapons.
So there are right, but there are guards. There are members of the High Magistrate Watch here.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
Number one, if someone were, if there was a case that someone would go to jail over, which is not yours, then they would need to take someone into custody when the verdict is turned in. They're also there to protect people and stuff like that. Now that said, these are not like hardened warriors who have, veterans who have 10 years of skill under their belt. You would guess that they're minor nobles' children or children from very wealthy families who have skill. Like they definitely are holding themselves with skill, but this is more of like a prestige position.
Yeah.
Also, you
Yeah,
two
oh my
are
God.
pretty high level fighters that could basically just take the chair you are using and use it as a defensive weapon.
I wouldn't want to, but yes.
I mean, if you got attacked, you absolutely could use the chair as a weapon.
Yes,
Either
I
defensive
just
or-
wouldn't want to.
I was going to say, Ockar, you had like the one opportunity to take Wolf Jaws, your new spell. But I don't think you did. But
I
yeah.
took no alignment. In case I had the opportunity, because it seemed like a useful spell.
Yep.
Yeah, it is pretty
and
useful.
you are not detecting any evil intent from Bral Falderic,
Okay.
or the lawyer, or the judge.
Well, I'm not casting that spell in a courtroom.
All right, so after the formalities are taken care of, which includes like reiteration of rules and procedures and how things are going to go forward, you learn that after this initial hearing, there will be a week while the High Magistrate gathers either the jury or the concilium that you depending on what you choose, and then the actual lawsuit will start a week henceforth. Following that, the magistrate looks at Bral Falderic and says, "Now, as we are here for a lawsuit, you must express in brief the charges that you are leveling against your opponents. What harms have they brought you?" So Falderic stands up and says, "For the last number of years, I have been the victim of, as far as I can tell, intentional assaults and harms from this group here. He waves at you, at your party. And he starts reiterating, using dates in the Brawlian calendar, a series of events. Starting with that he was simply walking down the street one day, heading to a meeting, when a short sword came flying from above the roofline and cracked him in the skull. He was dazed, knocked out. Someone rifled his pockets and made off with his coin purse. And he later learned that it was a member of the Company of the Broken Sword who had thrown it while running recklessly across the rooftops. Then he goes on to say that a short time later, he had some goods in a warehouse under the control of House Torlin, and that house was raided by the Low Watch, instigated by the Company of the Broken Sword, and the goods that he had were perishable, and while the warehouse was in lockdown, they all spoiled. So by the time he got his goods out of that warehouse, they were worthless. Following that, he was passing by the inn, and let me double check the name of that because that is important. I have to actually look at my map because it's not in the book. Why would it not be in the book? That's silly. So he was passing by the Starfarer's Rest, which is building number 32 on the map, when all of a sudden a mast burst forth from the roof of that, sent roof shingles flying, smacked him in the head again. He was injured, and once again, his pockets were rifled through, and he later learned that from the proprietors of the inn that the Company of the Broken Sword was responsible. They had caused a ship to appear, damaging the ceiling and walls. And he does note that you did pay a fine for that, but not to him. Following that, sometime later, he was traveling through Showtown to make it to another meeting with other merchants, and he was passing by a residence, and he slipped and fell on the street. There was some smear of ichor or gunk on the street. He never really learned what, but he injured himself, and it left him sick and very clumsy and slow for hours. He missed his meeting, made him appear drunk, and it was a very valuable sale that he was expecting to be able to make at that time, and that cost him a significant amount of money. Then later still, and he's giving you dates for all of these things. I'm trying
to remember this one. Was that one of our spells or one of the Shaukid spells?
That was before that. Well, before that.
That's what the vampire.
The were vixen?
No, that was during Big Trouble in Little Shao. He will. You would recognize that as the Aguto residence.
What did we do at the Aguto residence? I don't remember this at all.
Was that the place we were protecting?
I'm pretty sure
No.
that was wasn't that the shell vampire that we had to protect to ignore attack at some point?
Vampire-like thing, yeah.
We
Wasn't
we
that Matsudo?
we
No.
we stayed in a home protecting a bride that a creature was trying to get to.
Yeah.
Is it that one?
Yes. It was
Right.
that
Yeah, and
adventure.
I got a forgery, and that's where our costumes, mine and leather, come from because we had to.
Same.
We had to fork out for fancy dresses at that point.
Yeah. Same. Okay, and I don't remember if that was one of our spells that did that or something the vampire did.
I remember what that was. That was something.
Yeah, you might need to do some like personal research or something like that to try to figure out exactly what happened. But he does reiterate that he again learned later that you supposedly attacked some evil creature there masquerading as a human. And he says this in such a way that he's clearly casting doubt on that story. So later still, he describes how he was planning to make he was negotiating a trade agreement with Arkan Noberduk, and the dwarf suddenly broke off the deal, and a short time later he learned that you were involved with that. Then later, at another later date, he was working to purchase some goods from an arcane by the name of Finnel'ar, who again suddenly broke off these negotiations, and he later learned that he booked passage on a barge of Ptah owned by the Company of the Broken Sword.
I remember that arcane. He got attacked by some kind of undead thing.
This might be something for you guys to discuss amongst yourselves.
Because I remember using the warp metal. It was the Druid spell on the armor. Oh, yeah.
So he had a few months of blessed peace, but then he was staying in Abden's boarding house, his normal abode. There'd been some sort of infestation, and he had to make arrangements to stay elsewhere. And he does say that he has not been able to connect that to you, but he strongly suspects that you were involved in that. But while he was staying at Abden's boarding house, I was woken up in the middle of the night, and as the Company of the Broken Sword burst up through the basement, caused a ruckus, and was very, got no sleep that night because of all of this. Following that, he was planning to attend a show at the Mulberry Theater when the Company of the Broken Sword slaughtered the poor innocent performers. Then he again had blessed periods of peacefulness, but then the Company of the Broken Sword, which apparently had been absent for a significant period of time, returned and just absolutely destroyed the gem market on Bral, just as he was bringing in a fine collection of gems from Outsphere to sell to the gem merchants. And he is absolutely positive that the party has a vendetta against him.
Okay, I'm making a list of what he said to double check. So, short sword fell, landing on his head. master the inn, causing trouble. Gunk outside the show house that slowed him down and made him drunk. Like the arcane transport thing. Noberduck kidnapping, losing him business. The Mulberry Theater incident and the gym market crash. Am I missing anything?
You did miss that he had goods in Torland's warehouse when it was raided, and they spoiled.
Oh, that was the guy who had the bag of holding that they confiscated
Yeah.
because we handed it over.
Torland. He was involved with the kidnapping?
Nope. Skaver.
He was a guy through my... Oh, was that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was he was he involved with the short sword thing?
Yeah, it was very close together.
Okay, he was involved with the Skaver incident.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he had like a minion that was communicating. I tried to throw my short sword on it and I missed.
Yeah, and shortly
Right.
thereafter, you got the watch to raid that warehouse. But then, because of that raid, they needed to inventory all the goods. It was locked down, and by the time he was able to get his stuff back, you know, like he had just paid to use storage space essentially, and his goods spoiled by the time he was able to retrieve them. So, with the litany of events that you have inflicted upon him complete, he takes a seat, and the magistrate watch captain turns to your group and says, "Now that you've heard the alleged damages against Sir Faldric, you have the choice of a jury trial. We will pick 12 random residents of Bral to serve as a jury to determine whether or not you have done as you have alleged to have done, or you can choose a concilium, which we will gather legal scholars who will analyze the law cases and precedents to determine whether the case is valid."
I believe we agreed we wanted to do jury, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll stand up and say, we would like to have a jury so we may prove that we did not intend any harm.
Very good, very good. So the High Magistrate captain goes through some additional rules and regulations that will take place, details what will happen, and he says that the jury will be assembled and the trial will start in 1 week.
Thank you.
And then he bangs his gavel. Magistrate's court dismissed. Faldric throws you another dirty look and scoots out of there pretty fast. You definitely think that he does not want to have anything to do with you guys. His lawyer follows after him, and they, as they're leaving, they're having a quiet conversation. Let me see. You cannot pick up anything that they're saying, Lafdul.
Mm.
And I can't pick up anything with to take evil intent as
No.
I watch him leave.
No, he's not. He does not have evil intent.
From the lawyer either?
No.
Okay. That's surprising. You'd think lawyers are always radiating that.
Wow.
Wow, you think that the lawyer that just
Not
pro
really. My
bono?
sister's a lawyer. I don't really think that. I was joking.
All right, let me just send that message to your sister right now.
You don't have her number. I know that.
Hey, James's sister. He says that you are evil because you are a lawyer. Send. All right. So you stand up, and your lawyer stands up with you and says, The jury will be assembled. It is completely random. We'll just be at the luck of the draw on who we get. Lafdul, you of course know that there will be at least 2 members who are not random. But he does say that he goes over some basic information. There are no exclusions. You get who you get, kind of thing. But he then asks if you have any questions. As you guys are walking out, basically.
Yeah, Braxon would say, how do they define who's a resident of Bral?
They would have to have a long-term lease of some sort for residence.
Oh,
So
is it
someone
only
staying at a boarding house paying either in advance or on a monthly basis. Those would be considered a resident.
Are they going to be kept under guard? Because we have reasonable
Apparently
suspicion.
they were evil.
No, I meant under guard as in the jury. Or is the jury going to be kept under guard because reasonable suspicion that, at least I have reasonable suspicion that they could be influenced by some outside force.
You could make such a request, but it is unlikely to be granted. This would not be seen as a high-profile case that such expenses would be warranted.
At least I'll make the request anyway, just in case.
All right, I'll put in the paperwork.
How long do you think the actual trial is going to go?
It depends entirely on how many people get called, but I would estimate no more than a week itself. That would be at the very, very outset. Probably more like 2 or 3 days.
Are we leaving the courtroom now?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Braxon would say, heads up in case we get attacked on the way out. Once we've left the building.
In broad daylight in the middle of
High city.
high city.
Not to mention we can pick up our weapons before we leave the building.
That's true.
Yeah,
Well,
the,
not
the one
exactly
problem is we don't have
defenseless.
armor.
He needs armor. You got hit points, haven't you?
Not as much as Solas.
Hey, Solas.
Hey, that's because Solas is all about healthy living.
Yeah, I'm gonna strap you to my chest and use you as body armor.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, Solas is pretty weak, so it's not like he'd be able to stop you.
Well,
No, if I was chaotic neutral or chaotic evil, I probably would do it.
So you do retrieve your weapons and get back out into the sunlight, and make your way back to the law offices. On the trip, your lawyer is just kind of giving you a rundown on things that are, things that you can expect. The Brattle Falderic will be calling witnesses first, and then it will be your turn to call up rebuttal witnesses and things like that.
Well, I know who we're gonna call now as witnesses.
Yeah.
We're gonna call the Lower Watcher we were involved with for the Scaver incident. And the Noberduke son, since he said he'd be available. The guys involved with the Shao incident with the girl, since I think we made contact with them.
He was away. I think he was sending a representative, or was that someone else?
I think
The
he was
merchant himself was away.
Yeah, I think we were gonna have the representative do it, but that should be still good enough. And I'm not sure who we know could be involved with the Mulberry Theater incident.
Oh, we had the Elven Imperial Mage, the one that we rescued.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he could be our witness for the Mulberry Theater incident.
Mm-hmm.
And then the gym market crash is probably going to be our crew or one of the merchants. Because that was literally us just trying to pay our crew for years.
So, back at the office, the lawyer will also tell you that as this is a jury trial for a lawsuit, you basically only need a supermajority of the jurors.
Mm-hmm.
You do not need all of them to be on your
Mhm.
side. It is just a supermajority.
Mm.
And he will then say, you do not need to finalize a, witness list, so to speak, who you want to call, until after Bradel has presented his case. As a final thing, he will say that at any point during this trial, if the company of the Broken Sword and Bradel come to a settlement agreement, that's it. It's done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So if we can defeat the thing that's brainwashing him, he might change his mind, but probably not. If he's been manipulated without being directly brainwashed, he might be convinced that we're bad.
Well, we do know that he's been mentally contacted and most likely given instruction that he can't resist.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we don't know
So-
if that was Masuta or the
Marutsa.
Yakman. Marutsa.
It wasn't the Yakman, most likely. At least it wasn't by the possession.
Oh, what we know is that Matsuo was traveling between this guy and the gem merchant,
Mm-hmm.
which means that he was clearly moving between them, and we know that the Yak people were underneath the gem merchant's place. We don't know what he was doing with this guy. He might have been manipulating him directly himself because he is a powerful mage.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Could have been the kind of thing where he didn't need the Yakman for this, he was using the Yakman for another plan.
And the Yakman most likely were just in for the possession of the
I could imagine his
bellows.
plan for the Yakman could have been to figure out who the jurors were going to be and then possess the jurors.
Possible. But he would only have been able to possess equal number of the jurors as there's the Yakman.
How many Yakmen were there again, Old?
4.
That's still a decent amount that he could have set aside to make sure we lose.
And he couldn't possess the jurors 24 hours 7.
True, but he could set up that they're possessed during the court trial.
Yeah, but he would have most likely want to make sure that the jurors are under observation while they are not possessed like Pelos was.
Also, technically, the only time they really need to be possessed is during the sentencing.
Yeah, but like I said, the possession had its own complications.
True. It's a possibility of why he was working with them. I know that they probably wanted to possess some higher up people as well.
Mm-hmm. But it's not something that we can disclose openly.
Yeah. And until the higher magistrate says we can, right?
I doubt that we can disclose about them openly until after this case has been done.
True. One thing
Since
I want to do.
I think the Palace investigation will take quite a long time.
Well, yeah, and he didn't bring up anything related to that. At least, yes, I don't think we even have a reason to bring it up until we figure that out. one thing I want to try to do is I want to try to figure out what that gunk he was talking about was, this thing that made him slow and drunk-like.
Hmm.
So I was thinking we could take a look at our materials on the ship, see if we have anything about that in there, or go to the Mage's Tower.
Don't we have to?
place.
Don't we have to ship in for repairs now?
Yes, but it's actually going to be done today.
It's gonna be done today.
Oh right, okay.
So we could go onto the ship and take a look at our research material.
Leva, give me an intelligence check at half your score.
I was thinking it might have been a wild sage at one point, but I don't remember.
Well, it was before Solas' time.
All right, Leva, you remember that out in the street there was a return of something.
A what?
A return of something that you had accidentally summoned.
Oh, that was that devil thing. That how
Was
how
it?
would you call it? That
No, was it?
method?
No,
Remember.
was it?
Oh, that was a closet.
Yes.
You got a wild sage and you gated something in,
Yes.
and it followed us.
And it did attack you in the street, and you did kill it in the street.
Oh.
Early, he slipped on this goop, the residue, or whatever.
I mean, it's possible.
He slipped on
Okay,
its
so-
gore, yes.
He slipped on its gore, and the gore messed with his brain. I guess that makes sense because it came from the abyss.
You do remember
Could
that
that
it had
happen?
a stinger on its tail.
Right.
So
he got
possibly
stung.
when he fell down, he accidentally got stung.
What would that do?
Was any of us?
You have no
Stung
idea,
by
none
it?
of you got stung by it.
Ah.
We might have to. That's another thing we should probably go and research. What happens if you're stung by a quasit?
That doesn't. Is it gonna matter?
Okay.
It could. We could use that to help explain why it was an accident and not intentional.
Yeah, it might help explain that the thing that you summoned earlier directly caused his problems.
Here's the difference.
Mhm.
It wasn't intentional. It came after us. He was in the crossfire.
Is your word against his?
Yeah, but I'm hoping that if I could use that correctly, my word can trump his.
It's possible.
So I'd like to do some research into that.
Sure.
So he'll argue that it was Lever's quasit.
Well, he doesn't know about the quasit. He just know that there was some gunk he slipped on, and it
Right.
made him
And we don't
appear
even have,
like drunk.
we don't even have to mention that it was a summon. We can mention that a quasit appeared and attacked us because we angered it in the past.
Mm.
I mean, technically true.
I was thinking that quasit, it was only returned to the abyss or where it came from because it didn't. It died outside of where it came from. So I'm wondering if it's going to hold a grudge against Lever now for like end game. When it
it's
rises
just-
up the ranks.
It's just can demons even rise up the ranks like
Okay.
that?
I
Well,
mean,
it died,
well,
so
you don't know how that works. Put it that way.
Well,
Mhm.
either way, I'm gonna suggest we go and do some research into the quasit venom stuff.
Solas is at the moment thinking that Marutso might be still our bigger priority.
Of
speaking
course.
of that,
But do we have a way to track him?
well, I was hoping that someone could get me into that complex again because I could do some thought captures in the cell where I might get some glimpses of.
Leva would, I think, didn't you already bring that up? And Leva said yes, she could take you there.
Yeah, I
But not
just
today,
needed
tomorrow.
someone
Uh,
to do that. I didn't.
Oh, it is today. Yes, it could be later today.
I mean, we already slept and prepared all our spells, didn't we?
Exactly.
I mean,
the
I
spells
took-
we had time to prepare.
Yeah. I didn't have to change too much, to be fair. So I didn't really cast much.
Stupid question. If people didn't get time to prepare all their spells and they went to court, can they prepare more spells afterwards?
No.
You have to do it right
No.
after you're freshly rested.
Right. So it's a one chance or you're out thing.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
It's
I mean-
basically the first thing you do.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
if you want to play it really hardcore by the rules, not that we're doing that, each priest has their own set time that they get spells back. Mine's supposed to be at midnight.
Lafdul, were you able to actually get in contact with the Elven Navy about getting a witness?
Now, Solas did that. I mean, I was going to do it, but Solas did it.
Oh, Solas, were you able to do that?
He got the Elven Imperial Mage. He said he would.
They as an organization, they are not really, but they did say that the mage who we rescued can testify as a person.
Okay. What is the name of the mage's place, or the place where we were doing research? I can't remember.
The Library of the Spheres, the Seekers organization, is your
Okay.
best bet for that. I mean, you could ask around in the Honored Mages Guild, see if anyone has dealt with closets before.
So here's my thought. I don't mind going to like the Library of the Spheres or the Honored Mages Guild to see if I can learn anything about closets in case we need that for evidence. And if you guys could get back down there, you guys could look into like doing a thought capture on the area. And then if that gives us the information we need to go track down this mage, we could meet up together and go track him down. I just want to check out this lead.
Okay, so Ockar's gonna head to the Library of the Spheres.
I thought he just said that he's heading to the Mages Guild.
I said, the Mages Guild is going to be second if I don't find anything at the library.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Leva and Lafdul, did you want to try and get back to the basement now, or did you want to wait until another time?
It was whoever could get me there. I have no.
Well, yeah,
reason
but
to
she
do it
volunteered.
myself. Oh.
Am I correct there, Leva?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he asked and Leva said yes.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, how else would you get through the walls?
True.
You got Solas's way. You got Finn's way.
I thought Solas's way doesn't go through walls, at least not down there.
I would have to have a memorized stone shape.
I forgot we can't go through those walls.
Stone shape could go through them, but I haven't memorized.
Etherealness doesn't work. We learned that.
We should figure out what's preventing that spell.
I mean, you would know that either certain spells or certain mixtures into stone mortar can do that kind of thing. You don't know the details on that, but you know that that's. It may not be the easiest thing to do, but it is absolutely possible.
Old?
Mm-hmm.
How many hours are we past when we actually went there?
It's like a little afternoon at this point. You were in court
so
for
it's
about
almost
3 hours.
24 hours. Because the pass walls last for 1 hour plus 1 turn a level.
Yeah, that's. You've slept. That is gone.
Okay.
Yeah, it would only last about 3 to 4 hours at max.
Okay. All right. So, what about the rest of the party?
Solas goes with Ockar to the library of the sphere since he is also a seeker.
Okay. 4 eyes better than 2 kind of thing.
There's a chance
Yeah, and
that
he wants to talk with few of his friends there.
what if we encounter Masuta? Masuta?
Marutso.
Marutsa?
Marutso.
Is
I
Finn
wrote
doing
his name down somewhere, so I'll just look at it and try and pronounce
I
it.
typed it in the chat.
Sorry, Braxon, you were about to say something?
Well, so Ockar and Solas are teamed up, and Lafdul and Lever are teamed up. Is Finn doing anything? So he needs a hand with.
That depends. Do you have wings?
I have a
give us up
fly.
wings.
I have a fly.
Because I was going to change into a bird and follow Bral Feldork around.
Okay, yeah, all right. Do that then.
At this point, you because he got out of there first, and your lawyer was talking to you guys. By the time you get out, you would not be seeing him. He'd have.
I figure he's either at his shop or his residence. So
you could definitely go
around the area.
You could definitely go scout out those places if you wanted.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. Do you want to meet up with us at any point? Have any sort of special signal you can give to us?
There's probably a certain time the ship is going to be ready and we can go back to it.
Okay.
Yeah, and Braxon, if you don't have anything planned, then you could go check over the ship and get it properly docked up and stuff like that.
Or you could go with Leva and Lafdul in case they run into trouble.
Yeah, could do that. Someone's got to look after the ship though. Lever and Lafdul.
I'll be in and out basically. I won't be that long. Like a handful of minutes.
Well, Lever, can you take 2 people? Would I be in the way?
Not as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
You might want to contact Belos when you do that, when you go there, since it's his shop still.
Yeah.
He's in the Temple of Ptah at the moment, isn't he?
He's recuperating with the Temple of Ptah.
Yeah. See if he wants to come with, or if, whatever.
Or if maybe he wants some of his own personal items.
Oh yeah, we weren't sure what was his and stuff.
Let's not put Bolas in harm's way because he's a witness in our defense.
So he's recuperating right now. So he's gonna be
quite content to stay.
Yeah,
where he is for a couple days at least.
We got time for me to put all my equipment back on.
Yeah, sure.
It's mostly why I said that you might want to visit Belos is to just to ask for permission to enter his shop and borrow key, for example. So you don't get into trouble with if there's watch or anything.
I'm not opposed to meeting up with Belos, but if somebody is at the shop, they will say that we haven't got permission. In any case.
I mean, I can lend you my hat of disguise, Braxon. I'm not sure about Leva. Do you have the ability to change your appearance currently?
Leva can make herself invisible.
Yeah, I can also make myself invisible.
I mean, it's just that you don't have to break into the shop.
I know.
She doesn't care. She doesn't mind. But yes, we could ask him. We could also ask him at the same time whether he actually needs anything.
So, Leva, how are you planning on getting Lafdul into the basement area?
The basement area, again, with pass wall.
Okay. So how are you going to get into the... You wanted to go talk to Belos to get permission to go in to his shop?
Yes.
Okay.
Leva would want to do that.
So you would know that until Belos is recovered, the Watch has sealed his shop.
So we might have to polymorph. I can polymorph. I don't know about you.
I can, but not today.
Can pass wall get us from
But
the street directly into the basement?
well, it depends how long it is. Pass wall has a limited
You
length.
just open up a hole in the street.
Yeah, you would be opening up a very visible passageway from someplace else into the shop. That would be a very, very obvious, unless you had some other secret place to start from, it would be a very, very obvious breaching of the watches.
And you...
And anyway, it's only 10 foot deep, so how many of those? There'll be several of those necessary to even get close to the cellar.
Yeah.
What if we were to go to the shop next door and pay the person to let us walk through the wall?
I
You
mean,
would
I could open
also...
up a top window if you can fly. Can you fly?
Who are
Leva?
you asking? Yes, but I long ago wanted to ask all the question, and
go
that
ahead.
is, with Dimension Door, do you actually need to see the goal?
No, you just have to know where it is.
So if she stood in front of the door and she Dimension Doored in, it would work?
Yeah, but when I say that the place is sealed, that means that they have a member of the watch stationed at the doors.
Yeah, you just do it nearby. That spell's got a reasonable range.
Let's see, Dimension
I
Door.
wouldn't,
Just a
Leva,
moment there.
if you did try to use that spell, don't try and Dimension Door inside, because if it's ethereally blocked, your spell most likely would fail. So do it to the outside of that.
I mean, teleport
In the
works.
cellar. Teleport's different.
So it will be 30 yards. The Dimension Door is 30 yards.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
more?
it's not very long.
I thought it was a lot longer than that.
No. It is a very short-range teleport.
30 yards is not actually that short range if you're talking about going from one room to another.
Right. I mean, that's what it's designed for. It's get me immediately away from this danger or get me immediately past this barrier. But
yes,
it's not something that you could like go into your inn or your ship and then get into someplace else on the Rock and Brawl.
No.
You'd have
That's
to be
what
very
teleport
close
is
by.
for.
Do you have teleport?
Yes, she does. Let's see, she has...
I mean, memorized.
Yeah, she has one memorized.
Can you carry Lafdul?
Yes. Well, it depends how heavy it is. How much you weigh, Lafdul?
Yeah, how much have you eaten?
And she looks at his belly a bit, how many beers have you drank lately?
My character's weight's 96. My equipment weight is... I'm not actually sure if it's... I know it's around like 200 in total. I think.
Let's see.
Wait, no. Base.
There we go again.
No,
maximum.
So, yeah, no, it's because I wasn't calculating the negative from the thingy. What do you call it? Bag. That
So
was
she
totally
is
without that.
250 pounds plus an additional 150 pounds for each level of experience above the 10th. So at the minimum, it's 250 pounds.
I am about 146.
Now the question is, if you do teleport there, how do you get back out?
Well, then we have to wait until tomorrow.
Well, you can just Dimension Door out.
Yeah, but she can't take you with her if she's Dimension Dooring.
You can take something. Let me have a quick look. She has 2 reduce spells.
Yeah, I can reduce myself as well, but
And
would it be easier? Would it be easier if Braxon wasn't with you?
Probably.
How heavy are you?
Depends whether I'm wearing my armor or not. I could
if you reduce him, I can reduce myself. So
let's see.
But if it comes to a fight, you're a 1 foot Braxon, so unless you get enlarged or dispelled, you're not going to be very useful.
All right,
It's
here we
kind of
go.
like a moot point.
Dimension door. All that
So-
the wizard wears or carries, subject to a maximum weight equal to 500 pounds of non-living matter, or half that amount of living matter,
It's
is
fine, isn't it?
transferred.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
250
if
pounds living matter. So you and Lafdul would not be allowed to be more than 250 pounds together.
yeah, I can
Lever
reduce
looks again
myself.
at your Lever looks at your bellies again.
Braxon is 185 pounds. That's just Braxon without his stuff.
Really?
could reduce you,
Lafdul's
but
got a.
I could
Lafdul's only
reduce you.
£96 without his stuff.
That's
Yeah,
still more than 250.
yeah. So you'd have
So
to go
I
with that.
could
Braxon.
reduce you.
No,
I could.
yeah, and I can reduce myself, and I can dispel myself to get rid of it if we get into a fight.
Braxon will just have to fight as a little person.
As a question to Alt,
Mhm.
if Leva reduces Braxon, will she either need an enlarge or a dispel magic spell to get rid of it?
Before the
Okay.
expiration of the spell, yes.
Because she hasn't either. So you just have to wait until you naturally grow again.
Okay, how long would I stay small?
Okay, just
5
a
rounds per
second.
level, I believe.
If I did an AoE dispel, could I automatically
5 rounds
dispel
per level.
myself, but it would be a chance for
Yes.
Braxon to be dispelled.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that if Braxon only stays small for a certain amount of time, that only gives us so much searching time. So you might be better off going
Lafdul
without me.
just wants to cast a couple spells.
Yeah, I mean, I got telepathy for that paranoid, but then you would be able to rally the others or break in or call the watch.
Like,
or, I
keep
don't know.
keep in mind what Lafdul has said that he wants to do, and correct me if I'm wrong, Lafdul, is just get in there and cast a couple thought captures and then leave.
Couple.
Okay.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes, but what
Okay.
happens if we encounter Marutza there?
Yeah,
We
no, I
can
mean,
run
I'm
away.
like unexpected things is a problem,
The
but
inherent risk.
So,
Lafdul
so-
doesn't want to search. He wants to get in, cast some spells, and then leave. Is what he said. So
so
that's what 5 rounds right there for those 5 spells.
Okay, so if we get in and there's things there, we have to decide, can we take them out so that you can cast the spells, or do we leave and come back?
well, would you want to come? Are you prepared to be reduced?
I don't mind being reduced.
In that case, Lafdul, when you reduce yourself, do you lose weight as well?
Yes.
Yeah, it would be a non-issue basically for the weight calculation because I would be like less than £10 or something silly.
All right. Let's go and do that.
Although I think I'll just pull him off instead.
Actually, do you need to be reduced for the teleport as well? No.
It's
I
just the
don't
weight
think it would.
calculation.
Yeah, I don't think it would work if you took your armor, Braxon.
Okay.
Would you be prepared to leave it behind?
Yep.
Why does he need to? If he's reduced, it's not going to matter. His armor gets reduced in weight.
My aim is
Proportionally.
to stop anyone from killing you. So if you need me to go without my armor, I'll do that.
I mean, if I'm wearing my
I mean, at
Who
the
is
same
doing-
time,
who is good-
you could also plan out that if there's something there, like you could cast another spell to get out of there right away.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Like running away is a perfectly valid plan.
Yeah. I think if there's people in there that we'd have to take them all out in order to cast the thought capture spells, so we might as well leave.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got combat spells if we do get into a fight, and I've got pretty good ones against wizards.
Yeah.
All right. So Leva has 2 dimension doors. She has 1 teleport. We can teleport.
You could also teleport in. Like, can you take both of them without them being reduced with a teleport?
There's
Braxon without armor. How much did you say? 190.
185.
And Lafdul?
like 164
One
in
of them has to
total.
be reduced.
Yeah, I can reduce
Well,
myself.
actually, no. But it depends. It would depend on what level they will cast the spell. 250 pounds is at the minimum. If she casts it at her own level 12, then it will be 250 plus 300, which would be fine.
I mean, I'm just going to reduce myself. It's just going to make life easier.
Okay.
It's a non-issue.
So you're just gonna reduce yourself. All right.
Yeah.
Is Leva familiar enough with the area after having been down there for twice?
It is. Let me see what the categories were again. Give me a second.
It'd be like vaguely familiar.
It's probably not. It might be that. It's more than viewed once. That's for sure.
Seen casually.
You know, if you dimension door in, we could definitely teleport out of there to the ship.
But dimension door is difficult because, as I think Lafdul mentioned, if the door is sealed, then you might hit your head there.
Teleport.
You're at scene casualty, yes.
Mhm.
I'm just thinking mechanically. Dimension door travels through the ethereal plane, doesn't it?
I think it travels through the
Astral
astral.
plane.
Astral plane.
Yeah.
Whereas teleport, how does that work?
Teleport changes your location.
Yeah.
Teleport
easier to
is an
ward against.
alteration spell. It literally alters your location.
Mhm.
It's harder to guard against teleporting unless you. Well, there's priest spells I know of. I don't know about the wizard ones.
So we should really teleport in, because that can be done from the inn or from the office or from wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Also, do note about Dimension Door that it's up to 30 yards per level,
Is it?
the distance. Mm-hmm.
Let me have a look.
It's in the first sentence.
I
So
say
level
it
of
didn't
experience,
feel
yeah,
that short.
okay. All right. But still, it has very. I mean, if we were in front of the door, it would be easy to specify we go forward 30 yards or whatever, or 20 feet or whatever. Whereas if we are somewhere else, then it's going to be rather difficult to find if we have to go 2 feet up or down, and many feet forwards. We'd really have to have a ruler with us to measure the whole area.
Oh, as an FYI, I've got a Sacred Guardian on Solas and on Bellas for like 9 days.
Okay.
See, what it also says is state direction such as 300 yards straight downwards. So have to upward to the northwest 45-degree angles, 420 yards. You have to be very concise where you want to go.
That's if you don't know.
Yeah, you can also visualize the area.
Okay.
You would use the distance if you have not seen where you want to go. Like
So
if you come to a locked door, then you can say forward 5 feet, because you can assume that a door is not 5 feet thick. You know, if you've never seen that room before. But if you have seen the room before, then you can just visualize the room.
Okay, so she could try and go down to the cellar.
Yeah.
And what would happen if she can't get through the walls? Would she
spell
just
will
stand
fail.
there?
The spell will fail.
All right, so she's prepared to do that.
As a warning about Dimension Door, do remember that if you materialize in already occupied space, you get trapped in the astral plane.
Well, that's not a problem for Leva.
With our cloak. It is for Lafdul. I mean, I've got plane shift, but on the scroll, but I don't have a tuning
If you
fork
are
to the
in my
material
pocket,
plane.
if you are in my pocket, it won't be a problem for you.
Wait, would that work with our cloak? 'Cause surely that would be only the possessor, not.
Anyway, it's a robe, not a cloak.
Wow, robe of the stars.
Alt,
Yes.
would that work?
Being in your like Lafdul being in your pocket, kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that would.
Lafdul and Braxon.
Because
Alright, so
at that
play it
point they're
safe and
in
make
your
us-
possession.
Okay. What do you think, Braxon?
I'll just shrink him.
Yeah, shrink me if you need to.
Yeah, and I'll shrink myself, so we don't have to be that specific then about the calculations.
So
Okay. I have two. How many times can you shrink?
I can only do it once, but mine would last like an hour, I think.
So I'm not going to be wearing armor.
You won't. The armor won't matter if you're shrunk, because it's going to be like whatever % you get shrunk down to.
All right, I'll have the armor.
Your
then.
weight will be. So if you're like shrunk down by 90%, your weight reduces down by 90%.
All right. Let's settle it. So we try and dimension door in by visualizing the cellar in front of the wall, in front of the boxes that were there.
So you know that something blocked ethereal travel. You're not sure if that is going to block the dimension door, astral travel.
So,
do you have a second dimension door if it fails?
Yes.
Okay.
She has two dimension doors.
Okay.
That's why she said she's prepared to do that once.
Okay, so hold on. So if the first one fails, do you have a backup location to Dimension Door 2?
Well, then she wants to teleport. She has one teleport and two dimension doors. So if the dimension door fails, then she would want to teleport in.
I have a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
We could get with etherealness into the secret room that had the staircase down to the cellar where the magic wall was.
Well, that's an idea, yes.
That's what I thought we were originally going to try to do rather than go directly in, because that was a guarantee we'd be able to get there. It was whether or not you had passport. Again.
Passport is a good one to have in case something happens.
I mean, what 5th level spells do you have? You got teleport. What was it? One was a wild magic spell, and I don't know what the other one is.
Oh, there's one necessary to ask for help sending.
That's a 10-minute spell then.
She has vortex. That's the wild magic.
You got
one.
the killer spell, so we don't have to die in misery, I guess.
Well, the vortex doesn't care whether it actually touches you or an enemy. It just.
You know what? I'm going to wear my ring regeneration just in case it's go bad. You know, I don't think it will help because if I materialize in a wall, go to the astral plane, but you know, you never know how this will play out. I just call it paranoia.
As a precaution, if there's still if there's any watch inside or if the palace is still investigating inside, I could cast invisibility 10-foot radius on Leva when she is carrying.
Leva has her own invisibility.
Yeah, but this would also cover Lafdul and Braxon.
Okay.
Okay,
You'd have to come with.
I mean, if you're in the air, if we're all discussing this.
How long does invisibility 10-foot radius last?
It lasts exactly same time as normal invisibility.
Okay, so he could cast that before you guys part. Sorry, did you say something, Finn? Did I hear you? I thought I heard someone say
Nope.
something.
No. I mean, as these spells are being cast, I mean, I could cast telepathy on Solas, so if we get into a bad situation, he would at least know for at least 28 minutes. As long as we get there before then.
Leva could make somebody else invisible. She has 2 invisibility spells for
Right,
some
but
odd reason.
invisibility
Why?
10-foot radius would cover, like, once
Yeah,
Right.
we just
once
gotta be near
Lafdul
you, that's all.
and Braxon are in your pocket, it covers both of them as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
As long as they don't stray 10 feet away from you after the spell has been cast.
Okay.
I got granted power and potions as well, so.
Okay,
And the ring.
so
if needed.
before partying, Solas casts invisibility 10-foot radius.
I will
well,
cast telepathy
he would-
on him as well.
First, Leva needs to cast reduce.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So let me roll for that. Okay.
Where are you casting this spell?
Okay, so Braxon, you are reduced. You're small enough to fit in the pocket.
Did any weird stuff happen?
No.
Not
And
that you
then
know.
Lafdul, you also reduce yourself.
Yeah, down to like 1 inch or
Okay.
less than an inch.
So you also fit in a pocket. Solas casts invisibility at 10-foot radius on the 3 of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll cast telepathy on Solas and we go.
Okay. All right, and then Leva, you head over to the area of Bellis's shop.
Correct. And
How
let
long
me
does it take for us to get there, though? Because we might have had to pass the spells a bit closer if travel time's an issue.
I mean, if travel time is an issue, I can also cast fly on Leva.
Leva has fly herself.
It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I mean, my telepathy lasts 28 minutes. The idea is as long as it's within the 28-minute time frame, then.
The bigger concern would be whether you can find a place where you can be unnoticed when you cast your spells.
Let's see. The minimum she'd have to be away from Bellis's shop is 12 minus 5, 7.
Look on the bright side there, Solas.
7 times 100, 210 yards.
If my telepathy breaks, that's because
Wow.
we're no longer on this dimension.
So yeah,
Then there's a problem.
so you can find a dead-end alley,
Yes.
like
Mhm.
right around here.
Oh, I was still in the wrong place. Yes.
I mean, like there's other places like up here that works as well,
Yes.
or over here. You just need to find a dead-end alley where people are not likely to be going in.
She'd
Yeah.
probably be in here somewhere.
Okay, and then you cast your dimension door, picturing what?
Picturing the cellar where she cast Pass Wall before.
Okay.
That corridor cellar thingy type. Under
Okay.
the just
Yeah,
under
The
the
spell
stairs.
fails.
Damn.
Yeah, because we had to go through the stairs, remember?
Okay. Let me see. Where's dimension door?
Which is why I
Here we go.
suggested the secret room with the stairs down.
Yeah, but that's still upstairs. So. Oh, and
Yeah,
so
we
she'll
can-
go for teleport. It fails, so she lets the others know and goes for
Wow.
teleport.
All right.
She knows that works because she teleported out anyway.
Easy to teleport out and teleport in.
Yeah, that's true.
But if we all die, it's been nice knowing.
I mean, you've got rerolls level
you all
before this
trust,
100.
You all trust Leva, right? And she's always reliable with her spells and everything, right?
Except when it comes to accidentally making clothes disappear, or
that's come on. We
All right,
disregard
give me
those.
a
or
D100,
making somebody
please.
fall in love with a horse.
And you can use
D100.
rerolls on this. D100, yes, please, Leva.
And a reroll.
You can use a reroll if you want. This is the
Yes.
probability. Are you
Ju-
using one?
Yes, just
Okay.
in case.
Okay. Let me
Seeing
mark that
casually.
off. Okay.
Poof, 12 is just good. 5 would not be very good.
All right. So, you do manage to teleport in, and as you do so, you feel like your the effects of the magic shifted slightly, and you realize that you teleported in as if you knew this place very, very well.
Oh.
I got a wild surge, and I rolled a 100, which is spell is doubly effective, which for
Wow.
teleport really doesn't mean that much, but I decided to bump you up to the best probability.
Wow. She feels sort of. That's interesting.
Is she going to remember that, though, now that she's got that kind of ring?
I mean, yeah, if you get a 100 on a
No,
wild
I mean
surge,
for another
no,
teleport.
no, it would not affect it for
It's
a.
because the wild surge.
Yeah, it was the wild
Yeah.
surge.
It's not like
So-
not like the wild surge is burning the information in Leva's mind.
Give me
I was
just
just
a
wondering if
second.
does Leva actually know that?
You know the spell was extra effective. I'll put it that way.
Okay, so they land and she says, "Oh, that was like I already knew my way around here for years. Like I've known this place for years."
All right, I'm just going to bring you all over to the map.
Did you see what Tom Brown said?
It was time for a wild surge. I was excited. I
Yeah.
was excited to see what was going to happen. All right, so Leva, you are carrying Lafdul and Braxon, so Lafdul and Braxon can direct you. Well, more so Lafdul because he's the one that wants to be in places to cast a spell.
Just there, basically.
Lafdul is only 1 inch tall, he said.
Yeah, he's in your pocket
Less-
or in your hand or something like that.
Come, little Lafdul.
So all of the corpses are gone.
yeah, they took them out.
Uh-huh.
And I don't care about the rest of the rest of you guys being there. Lafdul, you can go ahead and direct Leva to where you want her to go to cast the first spell.
This is an actual solid wall, though, isn't it?
It is not.
We're still in Leva's
Oh,
pockets, aren't
yes.
we?
Yes, the
No,
wall is open.
Lafdul is on my hand. Lafdul is on my hand.
Okay.
All right.
That's why I said, push, little Lafdul.
I've been weaponized by this wildness. It's like an icon.
So, pass wall.
You don't need it. The wall is open.
Oh, that is weird. All right.
Yeah, that is weird.
It's most likely because the Palace investigation.
Yeah, maybe.
With how password works in general, is there telltale signs of that spell in effect
No.
when it is cast?
Only in that, like, if you cast it somewhere where there was no opening, then there'd be an obvious opening that shouldn't be there, kind of thing.
Well, what I mean is it like a physical disappearance of the material? As in, like, there's no like magical outline or like a doorway, or
No, it's like
if that makes sense.
it's like just a hole.
It's a hole.
It's just a hole.
Yeah, the
As they
material's
describe
just
it,
not
like-
there
like-
temporarily.
Yeah.
Like she just dug a hole.
Well, while I'm here, I'm gonna see if I can ascertain spellcraft to see. Do you think someone changed the stone, or it's an excuse for us to roll spellcraft? See if we
You
can figure it out.
you had the thought, so you can roll spellcraft.
Not that I know my wizard. Oh wow! No,
You have
this
no
is
idea. You have
This
no
is so
idea.
far out of Lafdul's element. Yeah, it's just whatever spell worked, it did its job really well.
So you two
Well,
can,
Why are
on
you
the
going
level.
away, Lafdul?
Yeah.
you can.
You're
I
on
mean,
my hand.
like you can't move each other together, but
Yeah, I
direct
still
Leva
got
to
that,
where
so
you want to cast your first spell. And
I want to go in the cell, so that's where Mishilda was sleeping.
We're here. All further on.
Hang on.
up here.
Braxon, what do you want?
This is-
Braxon will be ready to jump out your pocket if there's a fight.
Well, it would be probably better if you jump out the pocket a little before, because all of a sudden, after 5 rounds, you're going to be tall again, and you break my pockets.
Okay.
So
All
Leva,
right.
are you
And
going
not
to?
only that, you fall out. You fall on your nose or whatever is lowest at the time.
Leva,
Alright.
are you going to carry Lafdul up to where I'm pinging?
I didn't see you ping.
I'm pinging right now.
I don't see it.
I see it.
Oh.
Scroll up.
Oh, I
zoom
see.
out.
Go right, Leva.
Just,
Okay,
just find
Braxton's-
Lafdul.
Go through here. Yeah, and then,
Okay, up there.
then we go north. All right, Braxton will be following Leva closely.
In her pocket, she can't. Ah, yes, there you go.
Well,
Yeah,
you have to
no,
put
here
Lafdul
we go.
down on the floor.
Here, get out your pocket.
Yeah.
Or Braxton will get out your pocket, but he'll stay near
Carefully
you. 'cause-
put. She
We're doing a
carefully-
Three Stooges routine here.
Apparently.
Yeah, Lafdul's off on the floor or climbing down. He wants, well, ideally, just to be
I
himself
think
here.
I think for because you want to do this as quickly as possible, correct?
Yeah.
Then you would just tell Leva to move to a certain area. You would cast your spell, then move to another area, and then cast your spell. Like you do not need to be down on the
Yeah.
ground.
No.
Yeah. Well, apparently Braxton needs to be on the ground. 'Cause he's going to break Leva's pocket. But he'll be
You
saying,
don't need to be out of her pocket unless you are going to be large again, which you've got tons and tons of time on this spell right now.
okay, all right. It'll
Yeah,
be
it's
staying
5
in the
rounds
pocket.
11.
All right. Okay.
Fair enough.
All right. Back into the pocket you go.
I mean, like, neither of
Or
you
in her
could
hand.
keep up with Leva anyway. It would take you a
Yeah.
lot of time. And the invisibility
Yeah.
would most definitely expire for you guys
Yeah.
very easily.
Braxton will be going, don't run so fast, I can't keep up.
Come back into
You're
the
like a
pocket.
street
then.
urchin.
We
Come back
Hey
into
there,
my
Tiny
pocket. then.
Tim.
All right, so Lafdul, you're casting Thought Capture up there.
Yeah, where he was sleeping.
Okay. You actually do not pick up any thoughts at all.
Oh, because the thoughts are in the other plane, aren't they? Or something like that. And there's... Hang on. I think there's a unique equip with the spell, something to do with it being in a different plane. I roll spellcraft on that just in case I'm wrong as to
Okay.
why it might have failed.
Alright.
I mean, if he's guarded his mind against scrying and stuff, then spellcraft. No. Why?
You don't think the spell failed because you don't feel any signs
It was
of a
just
spell
nothing.
failing, like if you'd gotten interrupted or something like that. You just didn't pick anything up.
Would he have had to have come to the library to read it in the material plane to read the books? Hey, he might have asked the mimic questions about library books.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to try it in a few different locations. I'm surprised I got nothing, though. Unless he had, like, mind blank out, but not that I know about that.
All right. Next place, then.
Where the Miacc Bellis, I might pick up something there. I mean, even though he's, like, mentally a slug, but I might get something.
So keep in mind that like you pick up thoughts based on like the room, not like the precise inch that you're in.
Oh, there was nothing in here.
Well, I mean, you could try casting it again, see if the same thing happens or something like that. But you didn't get anything the first time.
All right, no, I'll try it. I'll come back to this area in a minute.
Where do you want to
I
go?
will. Let's go to where the mimic was.
Leva doesn't know where the mimic was. You have to tell her.
South.
All the way in the bottom corner. I'll try it in there, because this whole place might be watered for all I know.
Oh, the mimic room after the library. Okay. Keep going, Liver. And turn to the right.
Let me check to see if there's anything about...
Braxon would check out the library books as we went past.
So real fast, Lafdul, you do know that once you've gained all the available thoughts in a region, the spell does fail. So, like, if there were no thoughts, then the spell would fail. Exactly like you'd cast it if you'd gotten everything.
But you said that the spell didn't fail.
Well, what I mean is that, like, it wouldn't find anything.
I find that... I'm guessing it must be warded against my kind of magic that's why I'm guessing nothing, because there was all the genies here, there were the goat men, there must be some thought. If I'm not guessing anything, then it's because
well, that was specifically in the cell where you were. So just FYI.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe.
So you come down
and
here.
Marucho might have not spent that much time in the cell.
Right,
Yeah, but I would have thought I got something from Bala, so he was close enough.
Maybe the creature's immune, but some of the other minions it spoke to might remember what it said.
Well, that's why I'm just saying if it's a generalized protection. That's why I'm trying it all the way over here. I'll probably get something about a book that he's read. Probably.
All right. Let's see.
Well, maybe his favorite location. You know, you might be able to track down this guy, Slurge.
Okay, so you cast it again, and you get a thought in a language that you don't understand, and from a very weird perspective. Give me an intelligence check, please.
Oh. I'm failing all my rolls today. Yeah. Look at all those 20s. That'd be great
if only those had been combat rolls.
Yeah, I know. So it's very bizarre. The perspective is very weird. You see a pair of arms holding a book at a very weird angle. And you cannot make out the thoughts themselves because they're in a language that you don't understand. However, you can tell that you are reading a book in common. And it does appear to be of a magical nature, like not a magical book per se, but like theories of magic. So useful for magical research kind of book.
Yeah, he said he quite liked those books, especially when we told him. Well, I told him about our library.
Give me another intelligence check. Okay. You're pretty sure that this is one of the books that got burned up. Like you recognize the color and shape. You got like part of the spine still left that you saw outside this chamber.
Yeah.
But the impression, the emotions you're getting is one of great interest, great mental stimulation, and it's a very erudite thought. You know, feeling like but you just don't know the language, so you can't interpret what the actual thoughts are.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I would just wanted to see if the spell would just work. That was mainly it. I wasn't generally planning on expecting anything. We saw one of the Dow come out of here, right?
Yes, there is a hole through the wall.
Do we know if Is this just
there's a
sitting
hole in the
area?
wall right here. There's a hole in the wall right
Yeah,
here.
I know there's a hole wall.
Okay.
But wasn't one of the Dao inside of here? Or was that the Ackman when we had the fight?
I mean, once everything started, you didn't surprise them. They started moving around, so it's not like you have no idea why he was in there, but he burrowed through the wall. Like, you don't know if he was in there for any reason other than to burrow through the wall. You do remember from the combat, he came out here, and then moved back in, came around once that wall of force got put up.
Force came up, and he dug through.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for some reason I thought he was... it doesn't matter. Well...
At this point, like, you're not seeing anything else around, so I'm not too concerned about Leva and Braxon moving their tokens to follow you unless you really feel that you need them there.
I'll try something in the where the Dao was sleeping.
Okay.
One in there.
You pick up a feeling of intense hatred and disgust at a situation that someone is in. But it is extremely well controlled. So, like, you can tell from this feeling that if you encountered this person, there would be no outside signs of this intense anger and disgust at the position they're in. They could be perfectly normal or polite or even seeming happy, but you can sense that deep down inside, it is just this intense hatred raging away within them. And how do you feel about that? Are you going to do anything? Did I lose connection with everyone?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I was muted.
Oh, okay.
I forgot. So that I was thinking that the Yakman was well, we saw the Dao laugh manically when the Yakman died and he disappeared, so it seemed he was like bound, knowing a little bit about genies at this point. So yeah, that just makes it. That's fine. I'll see if I can get something more. Yeah, I'm sharing this information.
Telling us all of this?
Yeah. Well, I'd be traveling with you, so yes.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't have to. You don't have to tell them that.
No, I would.
Okay.
I got no reason not to. I'll try one by the table over here.
Okay.
In my fourth casting.
So you pick up a sensation of duty and intense pride, and you feel that as the memory that you're picking up is looking over three figures resting on these large beds. Three Yakmen. Three of those tall bovine figures.
Tell you what, I'm not getting anything useful. That.
You're getting something. Not necessarily what you want.
Yeah, pride and service. That was like a research area, right?
It's a library, yeah.
Yeah, I'll try it in there. Who knows? That'll be my last one.
Okay.
And that's basically it. I was trying to get Minnesota, really, but if I'm not getting anything there, then try and get collateral, I guess.
So, in the library, you pick up a feeling of deep pride in the collection of books that have been assembled here. A sensation of this is a great amount of knowledge that we can send home. along with the other resources we have acquired here. And the plans are coming along fantastically.
Oh, could I surmise that might be the Yakman?
You can surmise whatever you want to surmise.
That's what my gut says. So, based on information, obviously I'm relaying this to Lev and Braxon. I say I'm done.
All right, that's your 5th one.
Yep.
Okay.
Surprised I didn't get anything in some Marasuta's cell now.
That's most likely because he didn't really spend time there. Most likely.
Yeah.
And Belas
That doesn't-
was kept basically unconscious there all the time.
Solas isn't here to say that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got telepathy up.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I forgot about that. So,
Yeah,
so
just-
technically, Solas is there in mind.
In my head, quite literally.
To be honest, I'm kind of surprised that all didn't use that mind read for the library room about the Solas grief about the burnt books.
Yeah, it's pulled to like a strong emotion or something. Alright, now. I mean, I'm done spell-wise. Unless there's anything we overlooked that you want to see if anyone's been here.
Yeah, I mean, if either of you have other spells that you think might be useful in here, or Braxon, if you have any items that might be useful, or if there's anything else that you want to do.
I don't know if I've got any items that are useful.
We didn't have like a proper search down here. I mean, there's no one down here, but
No, you guys had a proper search.
We did.
we didn't search for secrets and stuff, though, did we? That would obviously take time.
No, but you also, like, explored around outside of the area trying to get in. You would at least know if there was a big secret. Like a whole other part of the complex that was hidden away.
Oh, here's another thought. Because we can presume that this place has been turned by the watch. Was there any like secret compartments that look like they've been opened up?
No, looking around here, you have not seen any opened secret passages.
I take it that Leva hasn't noticed any scrying.
No, you've not. And I think at this point the spell would have expired.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. All right. So how do you want to get out now?
Well, first, Leva asks Braxon, is there any place you want to watch? Do you want to see?
Well, I just came to protect you guys. We could have a look at the bookshelves and see if there's any secret compartments or anything.
I mean, Solas.
Was that already looked at or not?
I mean, Solas picked it clean, and the watch has been through here, so.
I didn't
think
have
there'll be
time to pick it clean. I only had time to do something about the worst damage.
Let's go have a look at the books then and see if there's
anything left.
If there's anything worth taking, we can give it
All
back to Bellis afterwards. If it's his.
I mean, we went round with Detect Metal, Finn did, so. I mean, I cast down the end, but.
Yeah, but there might be some books that aren't magical that have useful information in for research purposes.
Because I'm so I was gonna say because I'm so small, I could fit Lever could like lower me underneath a broken bookshelf, so I could see what's underneath them.
If you want.
Because they said there's some of this got burnt up and smashed or something.
Yeah. So this one right here was pulled down so that the one individual can burrow through the wall. Then the fireball spell got in here and did a great deal of harm to these 4 bookshelves.
Right.
So
And they're just a
most of the
pile of
books,
broken
most of the books are partially destroyed, at best, kind of thing.
So you have a mending. Would a mending spell fix a
No,
burnt
mending
book?
spell would not fix that. You
Way more
need
powerful
you need
than
the parts to be able to put them back together. Burning is not fixed by mending. Only
Fair
broken.
enough.
Only something being broken is. Like basically, mending fixes things that break. It doesn't fix things that are burnt.
This is
So the last 2 shelves were mostly untouched. There's a little bit of charring and stuff like that, but the books are just damaged but not destroyed, kind of thing. And on those shelves, it's a variety of topics, everything from like travel logs to animal breeding techniques to like how to raise certain crops on an asteroid farm to books that would be useful in spell research. It is like a mini library of all the topics you could think of, kind of thing. And from what you can see of the destroyed books, like some of them are partially destroyed, so you can still read some of the words, but like you got like a third of the book there, kind of thing. You can make out that it's much the same thing across the board. You can figure out that there is some sort of order that the books are in, but it's not an order that you're familiar with. Like, it's not by author and it's not by topic.
Right.
But you do feel that there is a pattern there.
Yeah. Braxon's wondering if there's anything.
you got
anything
cryptology. Sorry.
that might relate to Morosto and his attempts to control people's minds. So is there anything about researching Bral or
Researching thought-based magic, so mentalism for wizards.
Of the books that you can read, because they're in multiple languages as well, you're not seeing anything that feels relevant to that. Are there books on Brawl? Yeah, there's absolutely books on Brawl. There's a few books on the history of Brawl. Some things that you've seen before, some things that you've heard about being published, that kind of thing. Some books on histories of other, worlds and nearby spheres, stuff like that.
should we take the books on Bral in case that's what was being used to plot against us?
They're the types of books that you could go out and purchase right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think Old indicated there was anything unique per se.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I just thought there might be notes in the books or bookmarks or something.
We won't know unless you go through all the books.
Right.
And
that would take a lot of time.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking about grabbing some.
When you say there's a pattern or something, are you indicating that it's unusual or?
No, it's just that you're pretty sure that they are stored in a logical manner, but it's not by author and it's not by direct subject matter. But it doesn't jump out at you as like being a secret. It's just like they seem to have a weird way of organizing their books.
I don't think they understand the geodecimal system.
I mean, and it would take time, and partly because 4 of the shelves are completely destroyed or mostly destroyed, it would be hard to determine exactly what that the filing system is, shall we say. But it's a filing system of some sort. Like, the fact that Leva has cryptography makes it very clear to her that they are organized in a way, but it's just something that she probably wouldn't organize them in that way, kind of thing.
Okay.
I thought it was like a hidden meaning or something. I don't know.
You don't think that? She doesn't think that was the case.
Lafdul, if you were going to hide a lever for a secret door or a container with secret information in amongst the books, disguised as a book. Which one of these books would you use?
There's no way for us to know that. I mean, you just have to like tilt the shelf and just wait for all the books to fall off. I mean, Leather could hold me over the back wall or something, or I could look around the behind of it to see if I see anything, or is it like
Yeah, we
dark?
can do that if you want.
Since I'm like 1 inch, I can look behind. I don't know if for any secret hidden compartments or
I don't think we need to check the bookshelves with the burnt books.
No, it's just the back wall on this one.
Well, I'm also wondering if any of these books is not really a book, but a container.
You'd have to like
no
pull
way
them
to
off
know
and
yeah.
do searches.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you want to do that kind of search, you can say so, but
yeah, we'd run out of time.
You had kind of indicated that you just wanted to pop in and cast the spells quickly.
Yeah. No, I think we'll just look behind the shelf, then we'll go. We'll see if anything's obvious behind there.
All right.
Anything concealed behind the either above or beneath.
How about Leva puts you on top of the bookshelf and you stand to the end and have a look?
Yeah.
Just walk along the book tops.
Okay. So you glance down behind the bookshelves. Give me an intelligence check, please.
I was like, do I find like a house spider that's now a giant spider to me?
Well, you're invisible.
They were collecting tarantulas,
He might be invisible, but he still might get caught in a spider's web.
Nope.
All right. You don't see anything that feels like it would be like a false book connected to some sort of lever or anything like that.
Okay.
No, I shrug. I say I can't tell. I make heads or tails, but I mean.
No, I mean like you're not seeing anything that looks like it.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like I'm done. I can't see anything. Basically.
So Liverpool holds up a hand and says, "I held up my hand here," because we're all still invisible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to move a book or something for me to see.
Well, or I mean, you could tap on the
Yeah, she does that
on the shelf, and he can come over to where you're tapping. It's not that hard.
Oh, to see her, yeah.
All right, and she picks you up again. Okay, so how do you want to get out?
Then. Might be worth going up the staircase before you try and dimension door out because you had problems getting in.
Yes, that's what she was going to do. Go upstairs.
Okay.
As you're going up, I'm casting Mind Read. In case because I know there's watch up there, but it would at least give me an indication of the maximum range of my Mind Read to know where they are.
She's gone.
Nowhere safe.
I've got to find her now.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
There's here no there.
She's at the stairway.
Okay.
My mind read has a range of 45 yards a level. I mean 45 yards in total. So.
Okay. You do not pick anything up until you're up at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, I won't know where. It's just that something is in range.
Yeah, and you can tell that there are people outside of the building, but also like it's the middle of the day. There are people walking through the alleys. There are people walking on the street outside.
Oh yeah, just
okay.
Dimension door us out.
And Leva, where do you want to dimension door to? You want to try to go back to the alley that you originally started in?
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, I was going to say, if you go on the roof, there'll be no telltale signs of...
No telltale signs now. We've been there, we've gone.
I mean, there's a door that opens up and you go through it. Well, an invisible person goes through it.
Yeah, but we didn't go through anything. We dimension doored through.
If she dimension doors to the roof, then we got to get off the roof.
Yes.
I was just more worried about the public seeing a door just open up, like a magical door, dimension door. You physically go through a door.
No, you don't.
A
Well,
magical door, don't you?
if you
No.
go to the roof, I've got to fly. I can fly away.
Well, it's your spell now. You're the one deciding, so.
It's not the door that opens up and she walks through. That's something else. There's a spell that's almost like that.
Like
But
shadow door.
I never understood dimension door to be that way.
Yeah, I mean, you are teleporting. It is a teleportation. It's an alteration. You are.
It's a transfer.
Yeah.
It says here.
You're going somewhere else. It is not really creating a doorway.
The
Having a spell
doorway,
where you open a door and then on the other side you walk through. Now that would be cool.
the door creation image that Lafdul has is most likely from Baldur's Gate.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking, but
Could be. And there's also a door spell.
Yeah, there's a couple. I think Shadow Door might be
Mislead.
one.
Mislead
Yeah.
is also one.
Yeah, but that one's a
yeah.
little bit different because you're not actually moving anywhere. You're becoming invisible, and it creates a fake you that goes through a door.
Yes.
But I think there is
Correct.
one. I think Shadow Door might be something along those lines. But it's neither here nor there.
yeah.
So you do Dimension Door is a quick teleportation. So
Yeah, I thought it did have. It doesn't. Yeah, as you said.
You do end. No, that's not the right thing. I want to go to that. All right. So you do end up in this alley, and let me see if there was anyone there. Okay, there was no one there in the alley when you popped into non-view, shall we say?
Yeah, we're still invisible.
Right, but there would be a sound.
Yes. Most people would say, "Oh, I didn't hear anything. It was imagination."
Maybe
you could have gone to the break then and left us waiting for 10 minutes to know whether the spell worked.
Nah, that's fine. That's fine. So it was successful, and because I hadn't looked at the time in a little bit, actually, I didn't realize that we were right on break time. So
you've not been doing your Republic serial work.
Arrive in the alley, and there was no one there to take notice anyway, so you are safe. So when we come back from our break in about 10 minutes, we'll go ahead and see what Solas and Ockar can find heading to the Library of the Spheres. And then we'll see what Finn has discovered on his flight of... What kind of bird?
Flight of fancy.
Yeah, probably a falcon this time.
Okay. Yeah, flight of fancy, yeah. Go with that. All right, so we will be back in about 10 minutes. Good time to stretch your legs, get something to eat or drink, and we will see you shortly, everyone.
See you on the other side.
Thanks for being here.